I was thinking about a story this week from third or fourth grade that I remember as vividly today as the day it happened. We were in class, and our teacher gave us a pretty simple and what for me was a thrilling assignment. She told us to write a story. Anything we wanted, any subject we wanted. We could let our imagination go crazy. We had 2 days to do it, and whoever had the best story would win a contest. I wanted to win so bad. The contest was such a big deal to me. I wanted to be the best storyteller in our class. I went home and I worked on that story so hard. I remember the feel of the pencil and the joy I had writing it, thinking I was going to win. I was going to beat the whole class. On the day of the contest, we all read our stories in class out loud. And as the teacher called on students, I remember waving my hand in the air, begging her to pick me. I just wanted to share it. I wanted to see her face, the face of my friends. I was filled with excitement at what I had wrote. Finally, it was my turn, and the class was with me at every word. And as I sat down, I remember telling my friends I was going to win. And they agreed. I had cleaned house. It was so obvious that I had the best story. The last girl the teacher called on was Erin, a nice girl then and a lovely woman now. And she got up and started to read her paper, and within the first sentence, I knew I was going to lose, and I was going to lose bad. Her story was a memoir from the eyes of her cat. In every other sentence, there was a joke, and everyone would laugh. The teacher was lit up with joy. As the cat shared its life, you just wanted more and more. It was such an incredible story. As she talked, all I could think of was how I was going to lose. I was defeated, filled with inadequacy, shame, embarrassment, and disappointment. My story wasn't enough. I couldn't win because I wasn't as good as Erin. She won, of course, and when I look back, it's interesting how I can connect to that moment. Like I'm sitting there now, my senses come alive. I can smell the classroom, almost hear Erin's voice, feel my body slump in my chair and the tears well up in my eyes. I can remember fighting off laughing, even though I knew it was so funny. I remember it like it was yesterday, but I can't tell you the topic of my own story. I was so swept up in thoughts of competition and not being good enough, that I had lost, that I forgot my own words, my own creativity, my own story. It's a very interesting thing to look back on. It happens often in our life. We've been conditioned to believe we are in constant competition with others. We get lost and forget the value of what we bring to the table. There's a message in here that God wants us to know. So often we are worried about what blessings other people are gaining when so many are waiting for us. Our source is an unlimited supply. The bank account of blessings never ceases, never stops. There's enough for all of us to have what we need, want, and desire. It's limitless, like a garden. Each flower just blooms. It doesn't compare itself to the flower next to it. It doesn't compete for sunlight. They both can be the best flower they can be. They're both equally beautiful, equally important, equally valuable, as we are to God. When the seeds are laid, the garden grows. That's a message I think God wants all of us to hear. Blessings are unlimited, and not only should we be happy when we are blessed, we should be happy when other people are. We should have a spirit of gratitude, not a spirit of competition, knowing that there's enough for all of us. We're not in competition with one another. All of our stories matter. All of our stories bring something unique and important. There's room for all of us to grow in the garden. Shed your competitive nature and limit-filled thinking. Trade it in for an attitude of abundance for you and everyone. Thank you for listening to Sunday in the Spirit, a place to focus on the light of God's love, a place to empower, energize, and nourish your connection to our power supply, a place for all of us to reflect on the countless ways we are blessed by our source. This is a place to find hope, love, and peace. I pray over you today that God will open a floodgate of abundance in your life. I pray that you see within you the glorious person God sees in you. I pray God shines through you this week and always. And so it is.